In Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 10, it says, "I have heard many rumors about me. They call me a man who lives in terror and threaten me. If you say anything, we will denounce you." Even those who call themselves close friends are watching me and hoping that I will make some fatal mistake. They say, "He'll fall into his own trap, then we'll get even with him." Jeremiah revealed words that bothered him. Anyone who has ever defended their deepest convictions and had to accept the disadvantages of their outspokenness will be able to understand the prophet well in the context of today's reading. He appears before us as a prophet who has taken on the duty of his mission. Jeremiah experiences firsthand the corruption between the people and those in power, which will eventually lead to the fall of the southern kingdom of Judah, with its capital Jerusalem, in 586 BC. Because of his warning speeches and threats to avoid the worst, he is captured and beaten in the temple. He speaks harsh words to the chief overseer. Then he thinks about it. His situation becomes clear to him and doubts arise. Jeremiah brings his very personal challenge, but also his personal experience of God's faithfulness, into the public space of the temple cult in Jerusalem. He himself belongs to the official priesthood. However, he does not suppress anything, but fills in the preformed texts of lament and thanksgiving that are stored in the temple with his own personal lament and thanksgiving. He derives justification for this from the conviction that God does not need to be kept secret even in suffering, as long as he is spoken of with fear and love at the same time. In this conviction, he knows that he is supported by the community of believers, who make their songs of lament and praise available to him, so that he can let his lament resound and join in the praise of all. Sing to the Lord, glorify the Lord, for he saves the lives of the poor from the hands of evildoers. How do we deal with opposition and malicious comments? The prophet obviously hopes that his persecutors will succumb. But even when he prays, "I will taste your vengeance on them," he is not interested in personal revenge. On the contrary, it's about the salvation of the good and the person defending God's cause, and the associated downfall of the evildoers, the sinners who want to prevent this, as a disadvantage. However, its inversion is practically invoked. This is exactly what the prophetic admonition wants to achieve. And it would be wrong if we were so thoughtful that we could no longer rejoice in God. This is not a victorious or proud mentality. On the contrary, the victory of the good cause is the victory of the good God. The prophet Jeremiah's situation was not isolated, but basically happens again and again, even today. It doesn't matter when it happens, those who warn and rebuke go through difficult times. He is perceived as uncomfortable and considered a notorious winner. Today's prophets are generally no longer subject to physical violence, but attempts are often made to silence them or send them into the desert. We should know that the prophetic criticism conveyed in the writings of the Bible was not only directed at kings and the powerful, but was also a religious criticism for everyone. This is why Jeremiah warns in his famous temple speech in the 7th chapter of the book of Jeremiah, "Do not be deceived by those who make false promises to you and repeat, 'The temple of the Lord is here. The temple of the Lord is here.' However, I will only be merciful if you abandon your wicked thoughts and deeds and start treating each other justly." Such an uncompromising proclamation requires firmness, because people won't want to hear it. Therefore, it is important to gain perseverance in view of the prophet's destiny. That is, a perseverance that is based on faith in God's faithfulness, that never cowardly excludes its own commitment to law and justice, and can thus become at the same time an encouraging witness to others. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul, but fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Matthew chapter 10 verse 28. This is our prophetic mission today: preach the word. Be prepared, whether the occasion is favorable or not. Correct, rebuke and encourage with patience and good teaching. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 2. Lord, may we be your prophets, with a word of challenge and transformation. God bless you.